Get him, Barry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this case is really simple. The video my client took was consensual. Now, I can't speak for the Chihuahua and the two monkeys. They were just passing through. My client wants vindication from this so-called victim and 20% of her OnlyFans account. Now, she's unreasonable. She wants $500,000 and Pearl the Chihuahua. My guy will wave off the two monkeys, but he wants the Chihuahua and a gerbil to be named later. Welcome to the insanity of my life as a lawyer. I will tell you, I got people coming to my office. 2, 3, 4 divorces. Last week this one came in, it was her 5th divorce. I was so ticked off, she brought a punch card. It's going to be free. Now, I get asked all the time, don't you feel guilty that you're making money off people? Their pain is your gain. I'm going to ask you, should I feel guilty when my gain is a Mercedes? And I see some really strange stuff. I had a guy in the office the other day. His wife sent him with divorce papers. And I asked him what was going on. He said she put sugar in his gas tank, burned his clothes, and put glass in his food. So I said, why aren't you divorcing her? He looked at me like I was an idiot and said, 3 ways with her sister. And I said, this other guy, he would only go out with what he called PCs, Prozac chicks. And his standard pickup line was, hey babe, what's your dosage? His last affair worked out okay for him. He only got away with 13 stitches. And this other guy, he came into my office. His ex was going after him because she said he took a non-consensual sex video. And he said to me, it was consensual. Look at the video, she saw at the camera. And I'm thinking, oh shit, gotta watch another one of these videos? And he says, you're gonna love it. My ex looks just like that character from Seinfeld. I'm thinking, all right, Elaine, I can deal with this. And he was right. She looked just like that character from Seinfeld, Kramer. Now, ladies, don't you feel so superior about what men do? Because you make mistakes too. I had a woman in my office. She was crying because her husband was a drug addict. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. Donna, you met him in rehab. Thank God I've got a great family. It keeps me sane. Now, my daughter, Sarah, is a planetary scientist at NASA. She is going to be on a documentary on PBS this fall. And my other 3 children, I'm blanking on their names. Claim she's my favorite. My daughter is worlds apart from my maternal grandmother, who was literally a Bible-thumping Southern Baptist hillbilly from Louisiana. She was such a hillbilly, she actually married her stepbrother. Do you know how embarrassing it is when your family genealogy is a redneck cliche and a popular category of porn? First time I went to Louisiana was 1971. I was 9 years old. Major culture shock. First off, the airport was dirty, cramped, old, and filled with animals. But things picked up once we left LaGuardia. When we landed, we were met by my first cousin Larry, a real good old boy. You don't know what that means. He had a pickup truck, gun rack, and 4 hunting dogs in the back. He apologized for being late for picking us up because he'd gone to an anti-Vietnam War rally. And even at 9, I realized that looked a little odd. I said, you're against the Vietnam War? He said, nah, the dogs just have a taste for hippie. Now, on that trip, my granny took me to her church in the woods with her preacher, who was an interesting fellow, real Bible-thumping, hell, fire and brimstone guy, and he was going on and on about how a Jesus of Christ has got to be your personal Savior, and if you don't take a Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, you're an enemy of a God, and if you're an enemy of a God, we must attack and smite you. And he got me praying too, praying he didn't find out I was a Jew. Now you may wonder how a Jew from Brooklyn ended up with a Southern Baptist granny. Well, my mom converted to marry my dad, a Jew from Brooklyn. And she did manage to bridge the cultural divide there. She made an amazing squirrel and matzo ball soup. My old man, he was one of the biggest men in law. He was 360 pounds at 5'6". I'm not saying my old man looked like the Michelin Man. He looked like he ate the Michelin Man. And he was a family lawyer. Represented a lot of families. Gambinos, Lucchese's, Gotti's. And as you may suspect, the FBI was constantly wiretapping his clients because FBI stands for Forever Bothering Italians. One time, Dad came home really upset. He said, "You remember Bruno?" I said, "Sure, Pop. He just died of natural causes." "Gee, Pop, how'd he go?" "In the trunk of his Lincoln." Now, me personally, I like to say I'm into what is called disaster management, being a divorce lawyer. But I am actually happily married, 35 years. My wife is from Japan. And I get really ticked off when guys come to me and say, "Oh, you're so lucky, because Japanese women are so docile and submissive." Yeah, they've never been hit by a wok. When we first started going out, my wife had a pet name for me in Japanese that she said meant beloved sweetheart. Chisayenke. I got a little suspicious. When she used it around her mom, we started laughing. So I asked a buddy of mine who was Japanese what it meant. And he said, "Dude, it means tiny penis." When we got married, I decided I was going to take her on a romantic tropical honeymoon. I fucked up. I took her to Pearl Harbor. Now, before you go out to the monument, you have to watch a 15-minute documentary on the attack. And I will tell you, I was really self-conscious. Maybe because my wife was Japanese, maybe because she was cheering. Now, she's been in this country since 1985, and her English is still a little shaky, so I gotta help her from time to time. Like a few weeks ago, we were out, and she made a really cutting comment to me. And then she laughed and said, "Oh, I'm just teasing at you." So I corrected her. I said, "Honey, it's not I'm teasing at you, it's I'm emasculating you." I do joke about my wife, but she is a cancer survivor. She had thyroid cancer, and after the surgery, the doctor came up to me, and he apologized. He said the tumor was so big, I had to cut the nerves to her vocal cords. I got him a fruit basket. Is that my time? All right, thank you so much.